Matu FX says, can you recommend some documentaries to watch? So generally speaking, I can recommend documentaries for clearly spoken English if that is, you think, a good way to, for example, work on your listening. Because documentaries are scripted and carefully planned and the narrator speaks really clearly, it is a good way to work on listening, and I would strongly recommend that you avoid subtitles for those because it should be easier to understand them, the narrator of a documentary. Now, it really depends on what you like, right? If you like, for example, science, the best documentary series ever is Cosmos. Now, the new one is okay, but I'm talking about the one from the 1970s, Carl Sagan's Cosmos. This may be my favorite thing ever made for television. It's Carl Sagan's Cosmos. If you're interested in science and space and nature, it is amazing. I strongly recommend it. If you want to try the new one, it's okay. The new one's fine, but it's not nearly as good as... Neil deGrasse Tyson is cool, but not nearly as good as Cosmos. That's my favorite thing. Now, if you like just nature documentaries, anything with David Attenborough is awesome. Nature documentaries with David Attenborough. The classic one is Planet Earth. Now there's a Planet Earth 1 and a Planet Earth 2. So if you like beautiful landscapes and beautiful nature and things like that, then animals and so on, then I would strongly recommend watching, if you haven't seen it already, Planet Earth, especially the first one. And if you want to listen to the American accent, there was an American actress who did the American version named Sigourney Weaver. Very clear, very well done. And then the British one is the famous biologist, documentary guy, writer, he's a lot of things. He's 90 now. His name is David Attenborough. He has a very unique way of speaking. He talks like this. Suddenly, he'll say something. The tigers have gone off to drink. He has this sort of interesting way of speaking, which is very entertaining. But he speaks clearly. And there's one, if you like the British accent, I think it's called the South Pacific, which is also about animals. And Benedict Cumberbatch is the narrator, and he does a really good job. So that's good. If you want a sort of documentary about culture, that sort of thing, or the changing economic situation, there is a good one called American Factory. American Factory is about a Chinese businessman who opens a factory of a Chinese company in the United States with American workers, and the clash between these two, produced by Barack and Michelle Obama. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really interesting movie to watch. It makes you think about what it means to have rules and unions and the different norms and cultures, practices in factories and so on. Very interesting. If you just want beauty and you don't care about English, this is just a personal recommendation that has nothing to do with spoken English. Maybe the most amazing thing that you can watch in a couple hours, it's got no dialogue whatsoever, no narration, is a film made, I think, in the 90s called Baraka. There are two films made by the same filmmaker, Baraka and Samsara. Baraka is the first one, Samsara is the second, and the focus is just on, it's on culture, it's on the landscapes of the world, and it's an experience. It's like taking drugs or something. It's an amazing thing. But that's not for your English. That's just a general personal recommendation. I love Baraka and Samsara, but they are kind of emotional experiences. It's weird, but you guys should definitely watch those two. Those are my recommendations. MatuFX, thanks for the question. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Of course, don't forget to subscribe as well. And check out my full courses, which are on sale in the links in the description.